Hello everyone, welcome to RoboPlay. I'm Ryan Worthy for RoboAwesome.com, and today I'm going to show you some of Little King's story, take you through the basic menus and some of the game's features. So let's get to it. This is me here on my throne, kicking away, bebopping there. This is how you start out every day. And basically, what you can do from your throne, the music kicks in there. When you sit on your throne, it brings up this menu for your ministers. Hauser is this little lightning bolt cow guy here. And he takes you to the suggestion box, which is a feature that you'll unlock very early in the game. What you can do in the suggestion box is it's basically letters from your citizens letting you know how well you're doing or how much they hate you, and sometimes they have some really cool tips or secrets that they'll hint about. This one here, you can see the stars next to it. The stars denote how difficult this is. It's a side quest. And when you select it, it'll tell you all about it, and then you can either choose to accept it or not to. And basically you'll have 3 days to complete a quest. If you don't, you fail. And that's just bad for it. That just does not look good as a king. Let's see. Kingdom Plan. This is basically your power-up menu because this is an RPG. Your power-up menu here, I'll show you, this guard badge, which I'll go into a little bit further. This will upgrade your king's abilities. It even upgrades what your citizens can do. For instance, there's an aerobics course that you can get for your citizens that increases all their life by 1. The Castletown menu here, this is upgrades that I can build in Castletown. When you unlock more of the territory, you'll get different regions other than Castletown that you can improve upon. The guardhouse, the farmhouse, and the carpenter hut, these are job buildings, and these are where you can send your citizens to train in a specific job. The houses here, they'll add 2 citizens to your kingdom, so you'll have more to work with, more resources to draw from. You don't actually get to choose where you place these objects, they're already preset, but they're all unique and it all turns out looking great anyway. So that's enough from Hauser. Let's call on Verde. Verde is your records minister, and through her you can save, and she also has your kingdom info. Your kingdom info shows your current population, their current job loadout over there on the right, so I've got 8 grunts and 4 farmers. And then it also shows you in that graph next to that the growth of your population over time. Down in the bottom left, you'll see the popularity box. Tells you what your citizens think about you, and it affects how they talk to you, how they perform, things of that nature. So that's enough from Verde, and we'll call on our little chubby cakes. Liam, who looks like baby cakes from those webcomic things. Liam is your anything minister, they say, and he has all the tutorials in the game. They're all laid out very simply, and it's done in this cool chalkboard style that really adds to the effect of the game. You're just a little boy who owns his own kingdom. So all of his tutorials are simple and straight to the point, and you learn them very quickly. See, that's it for that tutorial. He also tells you what all your jobs are capable of in the same kind of format, but we won't get into that here. That cow in the background, that's Hauser's steed. She doesn't really do much except sleep and not pay the rent, so let's head on outside. That's fun. And then you'll see on the bottom, this is the scrolling newscast. That shows you basically what you've done the previous day, what you've done since the last time you played. Today's a slow news day. I haven't done much because I'm lazy. Okay, let's see. This is your kingdom, this island. It's not your kingdom properly, rather it's where you keep your castle to your kingdom. Mine's a little shack. It's got chickens and cows on it, so these are guards. And you can see they have a badge next to their name, which is what I showed you earlier in the power-up screen. So when I push B, this guard's now following me. I've recruited him into my party. Down in the bottom left-hand corner, a little icon pops up that shows the badge and a 1 over 5. That means that I have 1 person in my party with a maximum of 5. And you can see a little icon by his head here, or of his head rather, and that shows who I have. You can see when I recruit this farmer, it's got the farmer's hat down there. Now when I press down on the D-pad, it'll switch between those jobs for who I want to tackle whatever I'm doing at the time. So let's head out into town here. Now sometimes throughout your exploration in the foreign lands that are full of monsters, the game calls them UMAs, you'll get these kinds of guys. And what they are, they're vagabonds that will come by and suggest things for your kingdom. It costs money, of course, because they're freeloaders, and this guy's particularly crazy, but what he's eventually going to talk me into building is a church. And with that church, I can marry citizens, and they can have children, and even the children count as a job class. But we'll go ahead and skip through this so we can see some actual gameplay here. All the characters, you can see that guy bebopping on the right. All the characters are really stylized. It's all very charming. But this is my kingdom as it stands now. These roads weren't here. Initially when this started I only had 2 houses, but now I've got the soldier job house and the farmhouse, which is over here, and they're very stylistic and represent what they do very well. This targeting reticle I've got up, this makes it so that I can pinpoint exactly where I'm going to send my troops, because with the A button I can send them out to do whatever task I want, and with the B button I can call them back. So why don't we head over here and I'll show you some of the basic gameplay type stuff. Essentially this is how the whole game is played regardless of what job you're using. We'll run over to this beach over here, see if there's anything we can do. Here's a log here, and what you can do is gather resources and items and stuff like that, and I'll send these 2 jobs out. Each job is better at something than another job, but most of them can do the basic stuff like hack these wood. This is Resurrection Beach. Your citizens can die, but occasionally they might come back in jars, but it's a risk, so you have to really be careful because you might never get people back. All the items you find while treasure hunting, they accumulate into treasure when you get them appraised by Hauser. Whenever you head back and sit on your throne, he'll do that, and you can put that money toward improving on your kingdom. I don't really have any UMAs to fight at the moment. Again, those are the game's monsters because I just cleared out this basic land concept that I can't move on until I get carpenters to build a bridge. So I won't be able to show you any kind of battle or anything like that, but I will show you how to change the jobs. All the gameplay in the game is incredibly simplistic and really easy to learn. Also, I don't know if I can do it now, but you can send your troops into houses and collect taxes. So I just made $1,000 off of taxes. And if I want to switch this farmer into a soldier, all I have to do is send him into the soldier building. And he pops back out. He's a soldier now. His life has changed to reflect that. And what their life means, all those little diamonds above their heads are how many hit points they have. If their hit points fall to 1, they turn into old-timers and their capabilities are significantly decreased. And if, obviously, they deplete, then they die. But, let's go ahead and explore a little bit more. All your citizens talk to you. They've all got their own unique names, so you can keep track of them in this menu. When you press the plus button, it brings up a map of your current kingdom, and it shows you all the items of interest. When you get a quest, it'll put a nice overlay over that to show you where you need to go. You've got your inventory here, which is spoils, the items I've collected, resources. Key items, which this reminds me of the current like Zelda games on the DS, so that looks like it's going to be a lot of fun. And then here you'll have the blueprints. Those question marks, I don't know either. Then you have the help menu. It tells you the basic instructions on how to control the king and what he can do. And then your status, which shows you the hit points and the skills of all the people who are out in your party at the moment. Makes them easier to organize. And you'll even get some items that will let you equip permanent stat increases like swords or armor to them. Let's see, this quest map here, I don't have any quests, but there's the overlay. If I had, it would show me where they are. The way you increase health for your citizens if they're taking any kind of damage is you either rest in your bed or you visit a hot spring, which your farmers can dig up, which is shown here. And they'll pop in there and they'll re-heal and they get excited. And they hop back out and they're good to go. But your health spring can decrease over time, so there's a limit to the number of times you can use it. And here's a bush just to show you. I don't have an enemy, but that red dot above its head means how much life it's got. And these are really easy, so I can send anybody out to pluck that. Oh, and then I've got a hole right there. So what I would do is I would find a farmer here, and then I can bring my farmer, since this is his specialty, and I can send him in to start digging that hole. And what farmers do is they're the best at finding better treasure, so we'll see what he digs up. And we got 3 gold bars, and like I said, those gold bars will translate into money when you sit back on your throne and Hauser appraises them. But essentially, the main focus of the game is to expand your kingdom. So you go throughout all these wildlands, defeating Guardian-type monsters, having festivals afterward. It's really a lot like Harvest Moon with a very cool real-time strategy RPG element that we'll look more into in future RoboPlays. So that does it for this one. Catch us again, and I'll go a little more in depth on Little King Story.